you got to head on over to TomandDanWateringHoles.com and check out all of the wonderful brewery partners, bar partners, just damn fun places to go to and hang out, like our brand new watering hole, A La Carte Orlando.
Yep, right there on Colonial, near the studio, actually, and they're doing their 4-year birthday party this weekend.
It's crazy to think, like, I feel like the pandemic stole 2 years of times that I could have been at A La Carte, because I went there when they first opened for a private event, and then the world shut down, and now they're just like, it's almost like a grand reopening.
Yeah, think awesome bar with a bunch of awesome beers on tap, and then their courtyard has a bunch of food trucks that usually stay there for long periods of time, but they interchange. But you got a food truck for everybody in their back courtyard.
Poke bowls, sushi, steak, vegan, sometimes pizza. Yeah, they got all
dessert,
big ass hamburgers if that's what you want.
But we've got a ton of watering holes, and these are all our partners, like Daniel was saying. We got Toll Road Brewing Company in Ocoee.
Yep.
They're great. I'm going to be out there in December.
Really high-quality beer there. Hourglass, you know those guys.
Yeah, Hourglass in Longwood. They also got a tap room in Orlando. Cafe Da Vinci in DeLand.
One of the best. That Cafe Da Vinci is secretly, and it shouldn't be even secretly, one of the best venues in a small town. If you wanted to see like a band that Sam likes, like Chopadelic, if you wanted to see one of those reggae bands where you want the atmosphere to be pristine, trust me when I tell you, Cafe Da Vinci is wonderful. And another venue that just got renovated is our friends over at West End Trading Company. Yep. They have a brand new performance venue because Paul just said, hey, just throw some money at it. Now they're booking. They got HR from Bad Brains rolling through there. They got punk rock shows. They got easy listening shows.
Yeah, Johnny's, Other Side, Celery City, of course, Tuffy's Bottle Shop and Lounge, Tuffy's and their music box.
Tuffy's has 4 bars inside of it because it's Tuffy's. Then they make cider. Then they have Suffering Bastard, which is a tiki bar that you have to find. I'm not going to tell you where it's at. Then you got the bottle shop part of it. Then you got the venue part of it. Then you got the courtyard part of it.
Yeah, in the courtyard, you got food.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's really great. Again, that's all of our watering holes. Check them out at TomandDanWateringHoles.com.
Welcome back to a corporate time. The stream, the live streaming. The kids love that. They love the streams. We have a stream. We're on it live right now on Twitch, twitch.tv/TomandDanLive. And also every day on the YouTube, you can jump in there and find us. Just search Tom and Dan Live. We have replays in there, and we love it when you interact with our show. Some things you actually get to see. Like earlier in the week, we did a show where we talked about the evolution of people and cell phones. And, we can show you what the artist rendition of that would have looked like. So it is a fun place to be.
Also, if you want any merch for Christmas, order it now because we don't have any time to make big merch orders before Christmas. So everything that's on the site is what's going to be available. So the straw hats, our kids' straw hats, all the shirts. We have a lot on there now, but I guarantee you as we get closer
it will dwindle.
Thanksgiving, it'll dwindle. Things
we might
will sell
have
out.
some prizes, but please don't quote me on that because there will be some things I think that will end up on there. But
some new beanies?
Yeah, the new beanies are in production right now.
A hoodie, possibly.
There is possibly a hoodie. We got things working, but we don't like to promise you those things because we learned from the pandemic that supply chains, things coming in, printers' times, getting things designed. Sometimes things just don't work out. So we will do our best, but there is no guarantee.
I will guarantee the hoodies will be out next week.
Yeah, there you go. And they will be the softest and best hoodie you've ever had. All right, let's do some emails, shall we?
Sign theory. Dan, I worked for a buddy's sign company for a few years, and you are 100% correct about the flipping of the sign panel to keep birds out. It does also protect the electrical components from weather.
I did miss one thing. I did miss one thing that seems to happen when the sign is turned inside out. And I'm not necessarily anti it. Some punk kid will throw a rock right through it. When it's turned inside out. Normally, when it's just a regular sign, it would be like vandalism. I feel like if the sign is inverted to keep the birds out, then the kid goes, it's not quite as bad.
Screw it. Yeah.
And I still get the satisfaction of breaking something.
Yeah, it's like breaking a window in an abandoned house. Yeah. It's like less, you're like, no one lives there. Who cares?
We should go to one of those like rage rooms and let Tom go crazy.
Okay.
What is that?
Where you get to break stuff?
Yeah, they put like an old TV in there and you smash it with a sledgehammer. We have one here in town.
Throw plates.
For a minute, they were trying to market it to like kids that had behavioral problems, and I'm like, ugh, don't do that.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, for a minute it was like, come have your kid take out the rage on this television. I'm like, I'm not sure that's a good precedent to set.
it also doesn't make me feel better, and I'm embarrassed if
you went there.
Well,
yeah, because you're weak to begin with if you're there.
No, well, if I'm like, they're going crazy in a room, like they're watching.
That's what I do with therapy. I just walk in, I'm like,
no, I would think someone's watching me through.
They are
the double window, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, look how
two-sided
stupid this
glass.
guy is.
Yeah, look at this R word beating up a TV. Is that what you think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we would put it on our TikTok, of course.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, to give you an update, you mentioned abandoned homes. Me and Maisie cannot stop watching abandoned homes. Like, we are addicted to it.
What is it? Can you bring it up?
It's
Let me
just
look at it.
pleasing. Okay.
What is it called? Like urban exploration?
Yeah, urban exploration. Here, I'll go to YouTube, and I'll find the guy.
I like those things, too.
And I don't know why it's so pleasing to both of us, but whatever gene I have that it settles me down, it settles my anxiety, it settles hers too.
It's interesting. It's like those sounds. What are those people?
ASMR.
ASMR.
Yeah.
Okay, the guy that
some people have it, some people
the
don't.
guy that I watch the most is Big Banks, and I'll start with one of his videos. Here's one of his latest videos. They usually start off kind of. Oh no, that's a premiere. Sorry, can't play that one. We'll go to this one.
All right, guys, it's a bit windy, so hopefully you can hear me. I'm gonna try to cover this up a little bit. As you can tell, we are in Iceland, exploring our first real abandoned location. This is a turf house. Now, turf houses date back over 1,000 years old. And I'm really going to get into the history here in just a minute as we show a little montage of this cool place up here on a hill in Iceland. Honey, pan around and see where we're at real quick.
Oh, he's got his wife being the camera lady.
This is a new one.
And we have the Atlantic Ocean right down there. So secluded.
So anyway, like
he is huffing and puffing, just standing there.
well, see, this guy, like I'm kind of following his progression, and it seems like the more money he makes, the more bigger abandoned places he goes to. But most of the ones that Maisie and I really like are really just like opulent mansions that are owned by business people, where the patriarch dies, and then the whole place is kind of entombed.
And then they go there. How long after? Are we talking like 10 years? Or
It varies. Like, okay, here's one. Here, check this. This is how they most start, like this one.
I wonder how he finds these places.
Connections on the internet, different YouTubers. See, most of them are slick like this. It's got the little beat. It's got like the, what do they call that? That lo-fi. And then he uses the lo-fi, and then he uses
a helicopter pad.
Yeah, he gets drone footage.
Oh, I'm gonna start watching this.
Oh, Big Banks is cool, and he will start narrating here in a minute. This is an $80 million glass mansion.
Are they all mansions?
Most of them are, but like no, he branches out. Sometimes he'll do a grandma's house. Sometimes he'll do a car garage. He should start talking.
What about like theme parks and stuff that have closed down?
To even be able to gain access to an $80 million mansion, that he has to have connections.
Here's
right?
what I'm thinking.
No realtor is going to let you mess around.
Hold on a second. This is what I think he's doing. I think you answered it. Or would the realtor let you do it if you released all the footage afterwards and said, "Here's your footage for selling this place"? Right?
Although
if
he's presenting it as spooky?
No. He just presents it as abandoned. He doesn't make up any lore. He doesn't tell lies. He literally just presents it as, this is an abandoned mansion. We're just going to go in and observe the way it is. He doesn't mess with anything. He doesn't steal anything. He just looks at it and he leaves. I think that he's going in. This was this is why I told Maisie. Because she asked the same question. She's like, how does he find these places? And my theory is that he works for realtors like the Bart Merrick team, and he does their video because he's good at it, and then in turn, they just let him walk around and do a video of an abandoned shop.
I'm proud that Maisie asked the same question, but also sad that Maisie asked the same question.
As you should be.
But
this guy's only 24?
Yeah, Big Banks rules, man. I like his videos. I think he's a good Christian boy. He's the guy that puts all the Bible verses. Like he'll just lay a Bible verse in there. He won't harp on it. He doesn't push his Christianity down your throat. He literally just puts a Bible verse in there that like he thinks applies to, I guess, something in his life.
How many views does this video have?
The one that we're watching right now is 4.5 million views. It was a year ago.
Wow.
It was a year ago.
As far as marketing goes to your real estate, for sure. I mean, you may even pay this guy to do this, right?
Oh, here's a water park that was shut down that he went through.
Oh, yeah, that's kind of stuff.
He does a couple water parks. Here's a $75 million amusement park he toured. The world's largest abandoned amusement park he went through.
Although, follow me here, though. $80 million mansion.
No, I want to follow Big Banks. Not
Yeah,
you.
yeah. Where are you taking us?
Well, think about...
Oh, look at this mind. It's all abandoned in here.
the viewers. Okay, so in one aspect, if you are the owner of the $80 million mansion or the real estate agent in charge of selling it, for sure you want 4 million people to see it, and that's huge marketing for you, right?
Yeah.
Because a real estate agent is going to make millions off the sale, right?
Yeah.
So,
you're taking my theory and making it even better.
But who's watching this? I don't think anybody watching this can afford $80 million mansion.
My daughter is 7. And I'm not a millionaire.
Well, yeah.
So we are not your target guys, but we find these videos to be, she will stop everything she's doing, not the puppy, but everything other than, like, she'll stop Lego, she'll stop the stupid Switch, anything she finds. If I have this video and she's like, you're watching Big Banks, and it's the only YouTube thing that I will, like, actually be okay with.
That is what's confusing about marketing, because if you asked anybody, do you want whatever you're selling to be exposed to 4 million people? You say yes no matter what, even if those 4 million people could never afford what you're selling in a million years. But just getting it out there in front of 4 million.
That's a lot of potential people.
Makes it maybe someone's exposed to it that can, or
someone's dad walking by sees it. What's that?
It's better than, obviously it's the best marketing you could possibly do, except for, I guess, market directly, like maybe having this in some sort of private jets.
He's done an abandoned city. He's done an abandoned city in Italy. He's done abandoned hospitals, tons of abandoned hospitals, like one that says, found monkey brains while exploring abandoned hospital. He did the Stranger Things abandoned Victorian mansion, abandoned KKK member's house.
Oh my god!
And then he found like
a weird one to throw in there.
Well, he does like he doesn't disturb it.
Taboo.
He'll walk through and show you like this, like the Confederate flag is hanging. Yeah, like he did the grandma's house, and I think there was still doo-doo in the toilet.
How does he get invited to the abandoned KKK members?
Still got to sell it. KKK still got real estate.
Or it.
Or is he breaking in?
Someone bought.
I don't think he breaks in.
Someone bought it and flipped it, and then they're like, "Oh, you got to come check this out." You're right. It's probably listener curated in the fact that he probably gets a ton of people around the world.
They offer him,
"Hey,
come to Italy.
There's some weirdo house here. Come,
You're expounding on my theory. Yes, that's exactly how he does it. I bet it's through a network. I mean, the YouTubers are all. It's a very inclusive and fun, area. And if you can help out, like I've seen him go to like, hey, I'm in Tennessee. I'm with this streamer. What's your name? And he's like, hey, I'm Tennessee Abandoned 69. Mm-hmm. And the guy will be like, yeah, he does. Check out his channel. And then they kind of collaborate and they walk through the same house.
Dude, and the value is higher than ever at this point. Like, we remember a day when people were like, what's a podcast? When people were saying that, and that's all gone. Like, if you tell someone you're a successful influencer with 4 million subscribers,
I'm listening.
Yes. Like, not only I'm listening, they're like,
if you tell someone you're a podcaster, they're just like, very good.
Yeah,
because when I tell people, they're just like, it's a nothing.
Now, if you told them how many listeners you had, that changes it, because most podcasters people are
don't
exposed
have anybody
to,
listening to
or
them.
Either don't have anybody, or they think of Joe Rogan, or like some like they have millions, very few in between. But what I'm saying is that it's so valuable that I'm virtually certain he's being paid by a lot of these places to show them.
He does a lot of theme parks. He's got a decent channel. Let me see how many. He's got 242,000 subscribers. So he's not even a big dog. But I like his channel. So anyway, check that guy out.
What is he worth? What's this guy's net worth? What is he parlayed this into?
You can tell that. Obviously
he's able to travel to Iceland.
He's in Iceland. Well, you know what? Believe it or not, Iceland is a value ticket. If you price that out, some parts of the U.S.
Not when you actually stay there, though.
Well, some parts of the U.S. are so much more expensive to fly to. Iceland's a pretty reasonable flight. I think it's like 6 hours too, or something stupid. It's like it's not even bad.
Yeah, closer than Hawaii.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it depends. It kind of varies depending on which site you're looking at. This one only says he made $115,000 last year.
Okay.
Off his YouTube channel.
Well, maybe he's putting a lot of money back into it. I mean, like you said, trips to because he's done the Southeast, the North, like he's constantly traveling, and he stays in hotels, you can see, and maybe he's been, burning it back into the business.
Talking about putting money back into the business, like something like a Mr. Beast model where a lot of your content is giving away money.
Yeah.
So that's got to be factored into your business revenue, right?
Sure.
It's like, I'm giving away, $10 million this year, and that's part of my content, which is essentially a write-off, right? It's your business to give the money away.
Hey, we have a Twitch chatter. ORF Kruger 55 says, I'm about to head out to the Air T&D for my bachelor party weekend and Oktoberfest weekend. Why don't you call in and we can tell you what you need to do?
Oh, yeah.
Because, I don't know if you know, but Tom knows about bachelor parties, sir. 1-844-TOM, the letter N, Dan.
I remember this bachelor party guy asking me if he can have a bachelor party here.
I can hear you getting a little choked up because it's been a while since you've got to plan one of your soirees.
And he's like, "Can I bring 8 dudes?" And then I'm like, "Yes."
8 dudes.
I'm like, "You can bring. You can." I'm now.
That's too many dudes.
Now at this point, I'm like, whatever you asked if you could do at our Airbnb, I'll be, yes, you can.
BDMXCon in the Twitch chat says, "Have Tom pull up the Ring and interview him there."
What?
The Ring camera.
Oh yeah, we could.
It's dead.
God damn it!
Yeah. Oh,
I haven't been back there to charge it.
Is the water still on?
You know what's funny is every time you guys say check the Ring, I think of the movie, and that's how dumb I am. I think of The Ghost in the Well, or wasn't it a VCR tape you had to watch or something?
How hard is it to run a tiny little power wire to that thing?
That house is so old. I don't think that. You run one power wire there, it goes up like a tinderbox, man.
I don't know. Anyway, the bachelor party. I'm interested if he's going to do any of the stereotypical dancing.
You got to do that. Well, he is going to be in Sanford. Is there a Sanford strip club?
No, I don't think so.
Or are they going to come to the Airbnb house?
Should we turn the Air T&D because it's
into a bordello?
Into a bordello. Should we make it a house of ill repute?
Yes, we should.
We could at the very least. Why don't we just make it a really tiny strip club?
Yeah, let's do that.
The tiniest strip club in Sanford.
Oh, yeah.
2 girls working, one in the kitchen, one in the master bedroom.
Yeah. And
the other room is the bar. The other room's the bar.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, do we have him? I could just grab him live.
2.
Number 2? All right. Hey, man, can you hear us?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Oh, my God, you sound like a child.
You sound so young.
You sound so young to be getting married.
No, man, I'm a 33-year-old dean. I just sound like a child.
No.
I get made fun of on Xbox constantly.
Oh, man, you got the David Beckham, dog.
It's worse getting made fun of by children.
Yeah. And then they call you the N-word, too, which is the worst part. They're like, you have a stupid voice, N-word. And I'm like, wow, that was harsh.
So, are you the gentleman that asked me if you could bring all the dudes to the house?
The dude party.
No, actually, my whole wedding party is a chick.
Oh,
hey. So you and a bunch of girls are going to be in the Air T&D?
Yeah, except no jizz mansion.
Easy there, Tiger.
Are you getting married to a man?
No.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I did the opposite math of like, I was
we were trying to
okay.
be respectful.
My best friend's a female. One of them is my sister, and my other one's one of my best friends from college.
That's really interesting, man.
I like that.
Yeah, well, it's cool that you actually picked the people that you wanted to, and you didn't cave to like sort of the societal pressure of having to have all men on your side, right?
Yeah, it just kind of worked out that way. My life's always been that way. I got my rugby friends, and then I got like my closer friends. So I'm all over.
Talk more about those rugby friends.
Like that.
So, what are you going to do? Are you calling in to see what we suggest you do for your bachelor party? Is there going to be any, I'm not sure what the closest strip club to our Airbnb
I
would
think
be
it's
Daytona.
the Rachel's in Castleberry.
Is it?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. That's your backyard, Tom.
So, are you doing any of that or just hitting the bars and that kind of thing?
Just hitting the bars. Yeah, I didn't want to do any strip clubs. I'm not a strip club guy. I don't want to pay money just to look at stuff.
Now,
Gay. It just felt right. It's just a classic at this point.
Yeah,
I don't even mean it.
Now,
it just had to.
Have you ever been on a site called Backpage? Is it Backpage or was that Adult Friend Finder?
Yeah, Adult Friend.
That's the old school. Yeah, Backpage is old.
Well, Adult Friend Finder, I get that on the side when I go to a porno site.
Yeah.
The Adult Friend Finder ad automatically propagates on the right side, and for whatever reason, it's always a short haircut old granny with big, giant tan. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah,
and then she's got a good waist. She's a good waisted. She's got a perfect, like a 23-inch waist.
But then I was like, why are you putting an old granny?
Yeah, you put an old granny with a short haircut, and then her waist is like a 23, and then her big, giant cellulite ass, it's like a mega ass. And I'm like, well, look, I'm into it, but why did you pick an old granny? Why didn't you pick somebody I'm 46. I'm not 75.
I think it's they only have the granny, which is weird. It's just like, do you not have other? Like, this is a porno site. I'm looking at a million thumbnails.
Yeah, there's like literally everybody's style is represented in porno, right? Like, that's the one thing about porn. You go to a porn website and everybody is represented. You got every race, you got every body style, everything.
Sexuality,
but why are they giving me the big fat ass granny?
So your algorithm is saying something.
I guess. So I'm not hating it.
You may have already said this, but is this one of these bachelor parties that your actual fiance is going to be at, or is it just?
Oh, no.
Also, it's just you and some ladies in a house and your fiance.
I mean, man, this could go sideways with the right drugs.
And then all the rugby guys will come out, and we're going to do one of those very the corny kind of bicycle through there, do all the bars.
Oh, another thing rugby guys do, they do one of those. They do a Polynesian hockey dance.
Big fat rugby butt.
We'll be hockeying. No, the haka-free zone.
Okay, good.
But
I like this guy.
They're going to do a little haka.
Yeah, a little, just an H.
Yeah.
Crystal brought this up to me because speaking of your whole bachelor party is filled with women and you're heterosexual, there is, I'm not going to say his name, but there's a person that we used to know that we knew him as gay, right? He got married to a man. Then he divorced that man.
Is this the person I married?
And I'm not going to say, I don't want to blow up his spot. But then, but now he's getting married to a woman, which is no big deal with, the people.
Bisexual.
Whatever you want to do, man.
But his bachelor party is him and what I can't tell, obviously, someone's sexuality through a picture, but seemingly 12 other gay dudes that are going on a cruise, right?
Okay.
And then I said, well, is your fiance going to be a little suspicious because you did at one time
love dudes.
You love dudes, and you may still like dudes and love her or love both of them.
Over the dudes.
But you are on a bachelor party, a big gay cruise. I would be suspicious that
it'd be like if I'm getting on a cruise ship with 12 tall girls, tallies. You'd be like, hey, Dan, are you sure? Because everybody knows I like the tall late, right?
Yeah. But even then, though, it's something about, I feel like the horniness of gay dudes that even makes it more likely that you're banging each other, to me.
Oh, my God, he just fell down the stairs.
So,
sir.
No, it's my ice maker.
Okay. Wow, good Lord. What do you make? What do you make, of blocks of ice?
So
Jesus Christ.
Your fiance isn't jealous or suspicious at all that you're going to party with all women at our Airbnb.
Well,
Jizz Mansion.
Now you're leaning in?
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, she had to have heard about it at some point.
I don't know what's happening, sir. Yeah. Tom is now calling it Jizz Mansion? Is that like...
No, we can't say it. Come on. So
the equivalent of leaning into it like that NASCAR driver everyone's talking
about.
Yeah. No, not at all. She's met all of them multiple times. One is married, my woman of honor is married, just got recently divorced. I don't think that's going to help the case. But she's not really worried about it.
I like that. You guys got trust in your relationship.
Weird.
Yeah, but they're like, you know what, this guy...
I'm well aware that it's not the norm.
But you're so cool. You're a cool dude, and you're laid back. I like this guy a lot. I like his laid back vibe.
Plus, they're going to want to bang the rugby guys, right?
Oh, yeah. My friends are way hotter than me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. Hey, take some photos in that Air T&D with the rugby guys and post it in the BDM group.
Leave a couple photos in the Air T&D. We should have a box in the Air T&D where everybody takes a
Polaroid.
takes a picture of their genitals and puts it in the box.
We've got a guest book.
Yeah, but this is better than a guest book. This is a genital box. Tom and Dan genital box.
No, genital box, no.
Everybody will look in there no matter what. And how disgusting
they
you
won't
are.
share. They'll look, though.
People will start booking it just so they can dig in the genital box.
Yeah.
I'm so full of good ideas.
Although, I don't know. Oh, God. Now, how many people are actually staying at the Airbnb? How many people are sleeping over?
Just 4.
Okay. Oh, man, you guys are good. You guys are 412.
Well, now you say 4. There's only 3 beds. One of them is a queen, so you're going to have to share a bed with someone. Is it going to be a dude or a girl?
What? I'm not sharing a bed with anyone. The 2 girls can share a bed or however that works.
Yeah, you should take the main bedroom
also one
bed.
Couch.
You should take the main bedroom bed and then make all the other girls 69 each other videotape it.
Put it in the
genital box. I mean, somebody's going to be horny at this party.
Sir,
this is the lamest thing ever. You're just going to go to the bars? I can do that at my house.
Will you please leave a genital box? That's what I'm saying. I can't make it up there to get one.
We don't have enough time. We're stretched too thin.
I'll have one of the girls bring the cricket. We'll make a machine. It's going to be, it'll look beautiful.
Look, this guy's smart because he's going to use the cricket to actually make real letters and like moms make a custom wine glass for each other when the kids go back to school.
What are you doing for your
the stupid gifts you get?
Your gifts.
Yeah,
what are you engraved flask?
Yeah, you Tom just said that.
No. Those things are dumb. I just bought them all hair and makeup for the day of the wedding.
Dude, this guy is awesome.
Yeah, this guy is like every answer. We try to throw him off, and he's always got a good answer.
No, you guys are idiots.
Yeah, he always has a good answer. This is Mr. Cool. Your new name in the R team is Mr. Cool.
I'll change it on my my Twitter. Or not Twitter, whatever.
Yeah, you have Twitter on the brain. Yeah, you have Twitter on the brain because of the recent acquisition.
Well, sir, thanks.
Got me.
Thanks for booking our Air T&D.
We appreciate that.
Pass along the message that the place is awesome, so more people will book it.
It's so nice to finally have a body in there.
Yeah.
And now that we have the Tom and Dan genital box, I can feel the bookings happening.
Oh yeah.
I can feel the energy in the air.
Don't forget your code. Then text us at 3 a.m. and
there's no way in.
Then you're sleeping on the front porch.
But I will tell you this: if you get into an altercation, since the Ring doorbell is broken, walk across the street to the halfway house, and they will allow you to sleep in the back porch.
It's fine. It looks like a regular, old colonial.
Yeah, look for the American flag and the 2 sleeping gentlemen
on rocking chairs. It looks like they've made some poor decisions. All right, sir. Well, good luck with your bachelor party.
Congrats.
Yeah. Tell us how it was after.
Yeah, give us a report later, okay? All right, see you, man. What a good dude.
Yeah. Okay, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time.
Let's try this one right here.
Tom, Dan, Sam, BDM Mike. Friday night, girlfriend is away for the weekend, which is first for a while, and I am cooking for myself right now. What is the go-to meal when I guess all 3 of you, Sam, if Travie leaves, Tom, Dan, if the kids and the wifeys leave, what's the go-to meal for you guys? Mine's typically whatever I can put in a cast iron skillet, then throw in the oven, like sausage with like Brussels sprouts or onions, something like that. Anyways, BDM for life. Love you guys. The SFT.
Love you too, Mike. Go-to meal.
I don't know that I have one. It's kind of just like whatever I'm in the mood for and whatever I have available.
Maisie likes, lately she's been really enjoying, remember I was bitching about she didn't like chicken pot pie?
Yeah.
I just found the wrong one. She likes the expensive-ass Blake's chicken pot pies, or ones that I can get at like a different market. She doesn't like the homemade ones I make, but she does like a chicken pot pie. So lately it's been chicken pot pie.
Well, he was asking when your wife and family
just
are
me
gone.
alone?
Yeah, when you're alone.
Just drink myself to sleep.
I'm ordering out. I'm not cooking for myself. Like too much of a pain in the ass.
I do tacos. I'll do like tacos.
Yeah, burrito.
I've cooked myself a steak before if it's just me.
Just a baked potato.
Like
dress it up real good.
I love just a baked potato with everything on it.
But I'm ordering out. Like,
yeah, I got you.
If I'm cooking a meal, I'd prefer other
like you
people
cooking for the boys.
Yeah.
Like if you were cooking for the boys,
I don't cook for myself.
Let's say it's you and the fellas. Mama's at a concert. What are you making the boys? Hot dogs.
It's hard because
cheese pizza.
One will eat meat, the other won't, and then so it's going pizza, mac and cheese.
Right,
the easiest mac and cheese and veggie hot dogs or whatever.
Sounds good to me.
Easy or burritos.
Burritos the best.
I'll cook them a burrito, just because I like that they'll eat. All the healthy food we cook them, they pick through it. They eat like birds, and then they're starving 2 hours later. And then for me, I'm just like, make them eat a giant cannon charge burrito each time, and like they're never hungry after. But Chris, like, you can't feed them the same thing every single time. Rice and avocado.
I think you can just feed them like Maisie eats you're on to Maisie. Maisie eats a cheese and bean burrito 3 out of 7 nights. Maybe 5.
All right.
Bean and cheese burrito. That is her jam. She loves bean and cheese burritos. And I don't like fighting it. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Andrea says the same thing. She got to have her lima beans. She got to have this. I'm like, no. She can just I feel like she can be strong and well-fed and have enough protein and she's taking vitamins. She's eating. I think I can just get her up in the morning and she can have cereal. For lunch, she could have school lunch, and she could every night eat a bean and cheese burrito till 30. And I think she'd be good. Tell me where I'm failing. Tell me where I'm messing that up.
That's the thing with like nutrition.
I don't know anything about it. Look at me.
I'm like, well, I'm doing the math of like sports stars that I see that are the top athletes in the world, right? And some of them grew up impoverished in bad neighborhoods, and they grew up poor.
And that goes across the globe. I mean, look at FIFA. I mean, if you look at your best soccer players, I don't think they're born into the best family.
Yeah. So then there's a lot of that, and now they're the best sports stars, and and now they have a healthy diet, and they're they got coaches and trainers and nutritionists, but they grew up super poor with horrible
eating rats.
No, not even rat, but just eating garbage, cheap garbage. That was the easiest because they were poor, right?
Correct.
Well, they're fine, right?
Yeah.
It's not like Tyreek Hill.
Is the facts though that nutrition with children, it doesn't matter until they get to be like a young teen. Is that the facts?
I
wish somebody would just tell us.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would just tell us. Look,
I say when you're hitting puberty, because that's when everybody chunks up.
Like
right?
when they're on a multivitamin, they're drinking water, and they're active. As long as they're eating calories, they're fine until the age of what?
Well, besides from being overweight, obviously, like and then
some of that's in your genes too. I mean, some big kids are big because mom and dad are big.
But I'm saying, do you need the vitamins and the vegetables throughout the first 18 years of your life?
They say you do.
We didn't eat a lot of healthy stuff.
And if you say you do.
But if you didn't get that, will your body be any different at the age of 25 than someone who did get that? Like at the age of 30, as an athlete,
I want to pull back the curtain.
Like, is there one athlete like this guy would have been the best receiver in the NFL, but he didn't eat his vegetables? They never say that. It's like Tyreek Hill grew up
on a scam, man, by Big Veggie.
Well, Marshawn Lynch ate Skittles every day. Good as hell.
I don't think it's that, but I do wish that they pulled the curtain back and kind of stopped the BS and say, like, no, kids are finicky and not going to eat until around 10 to 12. And at 10 to 12, you will have to decide with them, they'll have to start implementing more fiber, more greens, more lean protein, but right now, like you said, it is an absolute struggle to get Maisie to eat anything that isn't whatever she wants to eat. Well, I give her lima beans, I give her peas, I give her salad, I give her green pepper, I give her whatever. She don't want that. But she'll eat a burrito, a bean burrito and cheese. She will eat that every single time.
I understand about developing healthy routines and your taste for certain things. Like you don't want your kids to have a taste for vegetables, so they're not a weirdo or they just won't eat anything. I've seen adults that are like that where
but my whole thing, who cares? Doesn't affect you. If they don't eat vegetables, who cares? I mean, as an adult, like you're like, oh, why are you calling them weirdos? If they don't want to eat vegetables, fine. Don't let them eat vegetables.
Well, I mean, just saying.
Sam doesn't want to eat vegetables. You called her a weirdo.
I love vegetables.
No. But
I didn't eat them as a kid, though.
I'm saying
just because they weren't really provided.
If you're
That's true.
Besides potato sandwiches.
If you're in your 30s and you are weird about eating any vegetables and you won't try them because you're like, everything disgusts me.
I got people in my family like that.
And then I'm just like, well, that's...
Yeah, but I don't care.
No,
fine. Don't eat them. Right.
I don't care either, but I'm just saying, like, I think it would be better for that person as a human if they had a taste for vegetables. Like,
now I think you're going against your own argument.
Well, no, but I'm saying as a kid, does it actually matter to their development and their way their body physics,
consuming them, not consuming
them.
Well, test it out with your boys. You get 2.
Well,
one, give them all the vegetables. One, nothing. But
I don't think
I just don't think it's as important as people probably say.
Right.
I think it's probably more important in your midlife.
Yeah,
because it is
your body's depleting.
Yeah, because maybe your body needs it more then, and maybe it will take the place of and or fill you up and take away some of the things that you may have been more apt to eat.
Could you just take a pill and it gives you the same, like for
vitamins?
Instance,
right?
I'm gonna say yes.
Like you could take beyond vitamins. Like, could you take? I know that they have tons of these companies now, where like you take a scoop of
a meal supplement,
like a meal supplement. Like could you just drink Ensure and like vitamins,
like healthy green juice? They make those mixes where it's like a scoop of green, and it's like all your vitamins and all your fiber and
your mineral. You're getting everything that you need in a scoop.
Daily greens in one scoop.
Same thing, right?
Yeah, I think it is the same thing.
And then
I think people don't want to tell you, but that's just consumers. Like, you know what I mean? That's the business telling you. I think the facts are, as long as you're getting the nutrients, you're okay. That's what I think it is.
It's just basic chemistry, right? Your body is processing the scoop like it would a broccoli.
Right.
It's the same damn chemistry.
You got another email?
Sure. A long overdue note. Tom and Dan, I hope this finds you both well and you're not sick of getting messages like this yet. I first heard you guys back in 2006 at your previous place of employment. I've continued following your journey all these years and wanted to finally say thank you and let you know how inspiring your evolution from corporate men to middle-aged indie entrepreneurs has been to watch. It has given office drones like me hope that an escape is possible. Thanks again, and hopefully this is sort of fuel that you need to keep doing what you're doing. It's appreciated.
Middle-aged indie entrepreneurs.
Don't call us that, sir.
Yeah, it's horrible. It sounds horrible when you put it like that.
Also, I did email
Thank you, though. That's really nice.
This person back.
Yeah, I did too.
And I was like, don't,
There is no hope, no escape.
Well, there is some comfort.
I like that we're reading it on a corporate time with Tom and Dan.
Yeah.
But you guys are no longer corporate men.
But there is some comfort in the corporate job and the fact that, not having to care, because everything's, grass is greener on the other side. Like, the ability of not giving an F about your job once you go home, that's pretty sweet. And there's value to that. Like, when you work for yourself, you have to give a damn about your job every single minute.
You don't get to detach. You get to compartmentalize if you can.
Yeah. You got to be.
I'm not good at that. I'm not good at taking business stuff. I don't think you're good at it either. I think you're better than me. I can't. I'm one flavor, man. I am not a higher level being. I got one brain, and it's only on the thing that I'm thinking of. I'm not good at compartmentalizing, tucking things in for later. Whatever's on my table is what I have to handle. So, very simple. I'm an amoeba.
I think that's why I've gotten into the gambling hobby and the NFL, because it's the only time that if I'm consuming that I stop thinking about the business or everything here. So it's like a break for me, because if left just to my own thoughts, it will always go back to
that's not good.
What do we need next? What client needs more help? What advertiser do we need? Because that's where you
is everything with the event happening correctly?
A small business
organized,
and then so there's a luxury in working for a corporation and just going home. Now it's soul sucking, and you hate it, and you may hate the company you work for, and feel like it's a waste of time. But at least you when the day's done, you could give a damn about it, and
that's true.
You could totally not think about it and be done with it.
Yeah.
So there's luxury in that.
Absolutely. Let's try this guy.
Tom, Dan, Sam, BDM Mike, Dan, I remember the first time I heard the song Plain Clothes On, absolutely died laughing. You are, without a doubt, comparable to Weird Al. I agree with you. He's on a interestingly different level, but your song, you're so talented, you're so good.
I'm not.
You probably are cringing at listening to this, but God, we love you, Dan. Anyways, BDM for life. Bye.
Thank you, buddy. Appreciate that.
Make him famous then.
Exactly. Weird Al's
Let him get that Weird Al monies.
Yeah, he got the money.
Are you guys going to watch that?
No.
Okay.
I don't have any interest in Weird Al.
I don't either.
I'm gonna watch it. Because it's supposed to be like a walk hard, like a mockumentary about it, which I'm actually more interested in.
It's a College Humor thing, right?
I'm not sure.
I think it might be College Humor.
Yeah, I saw a post about it, and they said there's a lot of celebrity cameos.
Yeah, a lot of cameos. And I don't know, man. Like, you would think that if anybody would want to watch it, and I'm a Weird Al fan, I bought the tapes.
Funny or Die.
Or Funny or Die. Oh. There you go. College. Why did I say College Humor?
It's the same
kind
thing.
of the same.
Didn't they get in trouble though? I think College Humor got into trouble.
Oh, I don't know. Probably.
But so the documentary or mockumentary is just about how he came up. I do find it interesting.
I think it's kind of making fun of like the time, the era, and.
But it was I thought everybody sort of at this point knew that Weird Al got his start on Dr. Demento and started sending in wacky tapes. And the rest is history. That's what happened. I thought that everybody knew that.
Like, I know...
Not everybody's into Weird Al, though.
Yeah, as a kid, I just thought that all little boys were, like... And they were. Like, Weird Al, with me and David Smith and Jeremy Shanley and Robbie Pierce and all these people I grew up with, Weird Al would have been like Fortnite. It would have been like Among Us. It was no different. G.I. Joe, Weird Al... Snorks. Right? All those things. Weird Al, like, it was like you knew what Weird Al did. You knew the songs he released.
It's interesting that it lasted this long because you're right. Like, he was doing it and the most popular at the time, and like everybody knew.
Everybody knew. My dad was like, oh, yeah, my dad knew. He didn't like it. He didn't hate it. He knew what it was. He thought it was funny, but it wasn't his, right? Weird Al was mine. So my dad appreciated when I'd play him like Christmas at Ground Zero, or I'd play him like the one that he did, the Living in America, but he did Living with a Hernia. God damn! Station to station! He did the whole, like, James Brown. He's like, I want to kid cat. I can't move. He couldn't walk. I can't walk. Got a hernia. He was doing the Living with a Hernia. My dad laughed at that. My dad's like, this is funny, but it's not. He knew. He's like, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'll stay with Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair. I'll stay with the wrestling. But he appreciated it.
But then, like, Adam Sandler dabbled in, like, goof songs, and then that was
They were
super
original,
popular.
though. They were not parodies of popular music.
But then every 90s radio show did parody songs, so you would think that locally your radio show would then kill the popularity of Weird Al, but somehow Weird Al like got through the 90s, through the 2000s, and now they're doing like this weird mockumentary about him.
Well,
then it's like, how did it even last that long?
But I think you just hit it, dude. I think you may have figured out why Weird Al worked. I don't think Weird Al ever came from a place of, hey, Katy Perry, I'm going to take your song and ruin it and make you look dumb. He always did it from a point of, hey, Katy Perry, I love your song. I'm going to do it and put a little spin on it. I'd love it. I'd love it if I got your blessing because I really like the song. And he always did it from that. I wonder if they covered that. Maybe I will watch this stupid thing.
Yeah, because how did he get all the people to agree?
Well, there have been a few people that have denied him. You can look it up. There's been a couple people that said that they didn't want to do it. And I always thought he came from a place of like, hey, I don't want to belittle you. I don't want to make you look dumb. Like it would be different if he took like Lady Gaga's Paparazzi and he turned that song into something that was like his way of telling people that he thinks Lady Gaga is bad. He doesn't
offensive or joking about the wrong people.
But he never does that. He usually doesn't he sort of dad joke all of them. Like aren't all of his songs sort of dad jokes? They're very
corny.
They're very easy.
Maybe the key is the contacts he had and the ability to get permission from all these mega celebrities, and no one else was able to do that because they just trusted Weird Al because of his brand and name.
And he also does something that ranks very high with you and I, especially with you, is he would take the song, and he'd go like, well, if I'm going to do it, I have to get the best musicians. I have to get amazing artists to play with me. I have to have a band that's like literally like as good as anybody's band. Like it has to be as good. Like to do it, you have to
perfect.
It has to be perfect. To do it correctly, you have to have a band that's as good as Beyonce's band, and they have to do it with a straight face, dead blank and serious.
Yeah.
And then that's the only way you can pull it off, because if all of his songs are a little meh, it ain't gonna work.
Yeah. Nah, that's right.
I don't know.
Maybe I will watch it.
Yeah, I think you just convinced us. I think you just convinced us to watch it.
I don't
possibly.
know.
Yeah, I'm not watching it.
All right. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time. How about we close everything out with some voicemail and email messages? If you would like to leave us one, you can do it a couple ways. You can call 1-844-TOMNDAN. Leave a message that way. That's kind of the old school landline voicemail deal. Or if you have our app and you listen to our show that way, and a lot of people do. You can get the app. Just search for Mediocre App. There's a button in there that says Mediocre Messages. If you hold it down and talk into your phone, you can record a message that's sent via email, sort of like this one right here.
Hey, guys. Tom, Dan, Sam. I'm just getting off of work, and I'm listening to you guys talk about Instagram's censorship policies and how you don't think...
Remember this guy that called in, I think he called in last week and said that the Instagram, when he goes the things that he's being suggested, that he sees basic Wild West, almost full nudity. Had this happen to me yesterday, pulled this voicemail for this morning. Yesterday I go through there, and it was a famous, known adult film star, and she had a sheer top on, and it was sheer on the top and sheer on the bottom. And she was doing like thrusts, like yoga thrusts, thrusting her pelvis, and you could see everything. And I was like, yep, this guy's right. It is. It's in my algorithm, and it is.
All right.
Let me see. I'll try it right now. I'm going to go there, and I'm going to just pop it up, and I'm just going to see what I get. Okay. I'm going here to see what we get.
After we talked about this, did anybody hear?
Yes, it's here. Look, I got it.
Okay, yeah.
You can see everything?
You can see, yeah. I mean, it's straight up translucent. You can see her boobs.
You can see everything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I mean, I like it. I mean, it's a jiggle.
I want to see that.
I mean, I'm not anti that, but...
I thought there was rules.
Yeah, he's right. I mean...
Are they just skirting the bots? That you think a bot could tell that's... Maybe they know that if you have something sheer,
that's the same one I saw, by the way. So that hasn't been pulled down. Is my point? That's the same one. Let's see what this guy continues to say.
You haven't been seeing all that sheer clothing and all that, and I am here to say that it is 100% true.
Yeah, it is.
I'll be scrolling through Instagram, and it's usually from a lot of the meme pages. So Tom, that's probably why you don't see any, because you hate memes, except for your once a month. But all these meme pages, the way they work and they make money is they sell ads to a lot of OnlyFans content creators. So these meme pages sell ads, we will spam our feed for a certain amount of time with whatever you want to bring people to your page.
So like to push people back to the... So it's really just a repackaged version of back when you would have legitimate sites link back to porno sites to elevate the number of eyes. Is that what I'm hearing? It sounds as if he's saying it's just the same thing that a regular radio websites, other businesses, a lot of businesses would link back to adult sites to get their click number up. This is like, let's say, 2000s, right? Quintessential 2000 hack.
Yeah.
Would be to link your website to an adult page to get more clickbacks to it. It sounds like he's saying that a lot of these pages are linking back. A lot of these Instagram, we'll see it, we'll click on it, and it'll link back to an OnlyFans page.
I got a question for you guys.
Please.
Okay, so you know how Cash Me Outside girl made $50 million OnlyFans?
Bad Baby?
Bad Baby.
Bad Baby.
Oh, okay.
Bad Bunny's the rapper.
Yeah.
Okay. But same person?
No. Bad Bunny's a male.
Bad Bunny is a male Latin X megastar.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
This guy, that guy is Latinx. He is the man. He's printing the money. He's Lamborghini. WWE. He can do whatever he wants.
So anyway, basically, she just used her fame. She was recognized for this, the Dr. Phil, the whole thing, the memes, all the stuff.
Yeah.
And then, she used OnlyFans and her fame
and her
to
music,
make money, showing. She didn't even have to get nude, I don't think, right?
Right.
She was like lingerie, that kind of thing. Sexy
Not
photos.
even. Just, I'd say like swimsuit top, bikini top.
And we know porn stars have done this, and then
She just gave a speech at Oxford University about it.
no, really,
Yeah.
Brilliant businesswoman,
Yeah.
obviously, to make that much money. Like you
I
can't
wouldn't
be
say
dumb.
brilliant, but I will say she is a good businesswoman.
Yeah.
I will
Well-
not say brilliant businesswoman. I will reserve that for like people that do brilliant things. But
True.
it's very clever.
I'm using the brilliant term loose. I say brilliant only because she turned
Something negative into something positive.
like nothing into $50 million. If
Yeah.
you do that,
She did great.
that's
Bought a
brilliant.
house with cash,
Yeah,
son.
yeah. She turned.
I saw it.
Her celebrity.
It's crazy.
That was really based off something stupid. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's silly.
She said, "Cash me outside" on Dr. Phil, and then $50 million.
Trashy.
Anyway.
Yeah.
But so
audio hoarding, I call it.
I wonder, if any female news ladies, I say female just because I imagine they just make more on OnlyFans or whatever, will eventually, if not already, have some sort of OnlyFans because they do have celebrity. And I imagine
Passive income?
the people watching them have thought, because traditionally news anchors and stuff are beautiful
Very beautiful
women.
Yeah, they're pretty people.
And then because I'm sure a lot of, let's say Martha Sagowski, right?
I knew where this was going.
If she would never do it. She's rich. She already makes her money and stuff.
Well, I mean, you could make an argument that her Instagram and some of the pictures of her being on the beach looking great. I mean, it's not that far off than what
hurting her.
It's not that far off than what Catch Me Outside did on her OnlyFans, right?
But what if she went? Because I feel like someone of her caliber. I mean, what if she made an OnlyFans page and let's just say she's not even doing nudity, but saying suggestive photos or something more sexy or whatever?
Sure.
I feel like you could possibly turn that into millions of dollars of revenue, right? $10 a month with the amount of people who know who she is, who want to see that content. That's something what is it worth? And you never know until you pull the trigger, right?
You could, but you'd have to find the right news-owned organization. I believe she works for Channel 2 was Hearst. I don't know what 9 is.
It's in their contract. They can't do this stuff.
Probably.
Yeah.
So when you think about it,
she'd have to step away from it.
Who's the closest to a legitimate? Okay, there's got to be somebody right now that's double dipping, and what I mean by that, there's got to be somebody right now that's a famous music artist. I know that there's a music artist doing it. I know there's guys like Tyga. Remember Tyga?
Yep.
I think he does music and has an OnlyFans because he's got packing heat, and he makes more money on his OnlyFans than he does his music, but he does do both, and they're both legitimate. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Passive income he gets from showing pictures of his body and how he looks. There's got to be a lady doing it, but it's
I'm not joking. If this was a option for me business-wise, I would do this, but it's not. And
I got asked again this week on Instagram.
Monday you were saying that. You had a guy reach out to you and said, I know I don't want to be disrespectful.
He was very nice about it.
Yeah, he's like, do you have an OnlyFans?
I mean, I guess I want to support it.
Is that the way to?
Maybe I should do it like Bad Baby and just no nudity.
I wouldn't look down on you for that. If you did that right now and you came to us and said, hey, I'm
probably
doing
make more money on that than semantics.
You would. Unfortunately, I don't even want to say that because that's insulting to your intellectual property and how hard and how much you love that and how hard you work. But I do believe you would.
Yeah.
But here's the problem with it, Sam. And then this is the problem with I
wouldn't judge you at all.
No. Anybody trying this is that you don't know until you pull the trigger, and then once you pull the trigger, you also are.
Wait, hold on a second. DJ Khaled and Fat Joe have a joint OnlyFans.
No, but do they still have it left over from when?
I don't know.
Remember when OnlyFans was trying to go legit, and they were saying we're getting rid of all the nudity, and we're just going to
they said they're using it to share motivational talks, uplifting insights, and behind the scenes.
You can do that. Like you could have an OnlyFans right now, and you could wear tiny 4-inchers and walk around your backyard and have your wife film you, and then put it up there, and I wouldn't judge you either.
Well, or you could do an OnlyFans and then have no nudity or no even suggestive photos and do it with this. It's a subscription service.
Right, correct.
You can put
it's not only sex work.
Yeah, you can put any content you want there.
Instagram
like Patreon. Like Patreon.
No.
It's just OnlyFans have they it's stereotypically
they
known
got famous for that.
But going back to
I don't like that. I think OnlyFans should be nudity.
See
I don't think you should be able to get on there and do your dumb inspirational speaking.
So that's how it started, though.
I know, but
and then people started doing the nudity.
I think you just
took over.
Sorry, OnlyFans is nudity. If you want to do a motivational speaking, you got to get on Patreon.
So Sam, if I were you, I've thought about this. Where if I were in a position,
I just thought about it.
I've been thinking about this for a while now. Are you going to be my manager for my OnlyFans?
I got to see my paintings.
Is it? The problem is everybody has, like, even if it's like not non-nudity but just suggestive or sexy photos or whatever, like tasteful, even like that. It's just like, hey, I realize that people out there want to see this as content. They'll pay for it, right? And then it's fine, and I'm willing to do it for the right price, because there is an element of I don't necessarily want these photos on the internet, and I realize that it's impossible to keep people from having these out there and like them spreading around, and like and it can't be only contained in this OnlyFans. Like people will get it out.
No such thing as that.
And once it's out, there's no turning back. Right? It's opening the Pandora's box.
Can't
it's
put
out
the toothpaste back in the tube.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
So there's a certain starting price that I want to before I even do that, and it's impossible to know until you pull the trigger. So what if you fall short of your expectation price that even made you do this to begin with?
But it's not designed to do that. The person that's going to pull the trigger on it, and it's also, I think OnlyFans is designed for that initial, when you get in, you're going to get hyped up, right? So even if you did it, let's say you did do it and it was just you shirtless, you would have enough hype initially, I think, to make it valuable to you.
But then it dies.
It will die.
Like,
I'm not saying it won't.
But like, it's like Tracy, Seth's girlfriend, like she had OnlyFans and she stopped doing it. I imagine because maybe...
Well, it's just then at that point it becomes a podcast and you have to stay consistent with it. If you're not releasing new pictures, new videos, new angles, new whipped cream, new this, new that, you got to stay on it. And then it's a business.
Like, who is turned a business into it is the
Savannah Solo.
That person, and I follow her on Instagram. I see her, and like she's
Taylor. God, what's her name?
Yeah. Like we interviewed her.
Yes,
it's
Taylor something. I forgot her name. She's like an Instagram model, like cosplay and stuff. She's constantly dressed like Zelda.
Dare Taylor.
Dare Taylor.
There it is.
Yeah, her name's not Taylor. It's Dare Taylor. Dare.
The amount of work. Like, I see, the exotic locations, the costumes.
She is always in an infinity pool, always dressed like Pikachu.
She's grinding out Pikachu.
It's too much.
But that's what you have to do to maintain a certain...
But people don't see what
work.
we see, because we grind. When I look at that, I look like, oh my God, poor Dare Taylor. Like, did you see the one she did when she was moving? She was moving out of her apartment, and then she convinced the movers to be in part of her video. And I'm like, oh my God, that's a lot of work. They were dancing with her.
Well, it's the editing, it's the costumes, it's the makeup.
It's a lot of work.
It's the thinking of new things to keep your audience engaged. You know what I'm saying? So going back to, like, if there was a way to somehow get an estimate of the amount of money you would make, I think a lot of people would be more likely to do it.
This is a good idea. Why don't we set this up now?
It's impossible, though, because...
No, we can vet it. If you send me your first batch of photos, I'll look at it and I will give you an estimate of what I think you can make in your first
month
on OnlyFans. But you could set up a company right?
The problem is
a consulting company that looks at, people that are similar body styles, similar amount of social media reach.
But it's all about your reach and your following, because your following now, Sam though has it better than most Instagram models, because I think that it's more valuable when your followers actually know you and know your personality and care about what things you have to say.
They're more invested.
Like, they're more invested, and therefore more invested people. Like,
there's a relationship.
The random model, I think, that has no
relationship.
Like, you're like, oh, this person's good looking, but I don't know. Like, I think it's that familiarity.
You're not emotionally invested in it.
That emotional investment is
Wait a minute. Is this hoarding?
No.
I'm hoarding memories.
I'm emotionally invested into your nudes.
Yeah. I've got so many fake nudes of you in my brain right now.
Yeah. And then it's hard to put a price to that. It's like, all right, but there's like 20,000 extra a month. That's pretty good.
I'd do it then.
I'm telling you right now, I think what you're talking about already exists somewhere within the newscape of new media and social media. What are they called? Influencers? I bet you there is an advertising and or agency that will look at you and tell you
Crunch
what they
the numbers,
think. And I bet you what you're describing is a real thing in LA, where they can look at somebody and go, like, if you were able to get an OnlyFans right now, you can look at like 10 to 15,000 a month.
Yeah, 5% of your following will subscribe to it. Then you're going to look at a drop off.
I think that's a real thing already.
Like it's something like that.
Yeah.
And then it depends on what. But then it's like you're on this never ending, because all your audience is constantly hounding you to do more and more, and keeping them happy, especially in that regard. It seems like you start getting past your comfortability.
We feel like got to stay relevant, got to stay current, got to know the stuff, got to be funny. They're
yeah. See, I'm so lazy that I'd go straight to the hardcore ding dong.
You can't reel it back.
All right, here's
you give it all up front.
Yeah.
Can't do that, man.
You can't go anal week one.
No, I know, but
Jeez, Louise.
But I'd be like, I just give them what they want. And then next thing you know, I'm sitting on it, and then everybody's like, well, you showed it to us.
Nothing else to see.
Yeah, nothing else.
Week one.
I'm like, no, it's out there.
What happened? Week one, he sat on it. I screenshotted it. Don't sign up. I screenshotted it. Don't sign up. I got it.
All right. Bye-bye. Welcome to A Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. Our producer, Samantha, is here. Hello, Sam.
Hola.
It's very rare that, how many times do you think we've said, Tom, Dan, Samantha? How many times do you think we've done that?
I don't know.
It's kind of insane when you think about it, right?
Yeah, it's been a lot.
I will tell you, I'm not going to make this long. I would like to switch that up in some way for 2023. Don't know how to do it. And you know what happens when I try to switch things up? People get mad.
Oh, yeah. Everybody's set in their ways now. We can't change. We're going to ride this till it crashes.
And then we got to find something else. We got to find something new. Go to tomanddan.com. Check out the website. You can go to tomanddan.com/merchandise, and you can find all of the merch that we have for purchase. If you want to get some Christmas gifts, if you want to get some stuff for a loved one, I would get it now, because some of the stuff that we have on there is all that we have, and it will sell out.
Yes. Kenny Sampson's here. How you doing, Kenny?
Hey, you guys should go by your middle names. Just do an intro and be like...
No.
Lee and Chisholm?
Lee, Chisholm, and...
No,
we sound like a Southern man and his Indian compadre.
Lee, Chisholm, and Ann is
What's up? It's me, General Lee, and Kimasabi,
and Chief Chisholm.
Yeah, we're the most rootin'
with Raggedy Ann.
Yeah, with Raggedy Ann. We're the rootin' tootin' racist
Raggedy Ann.
Why racist?
We really should do Lee and Kimasabi with Raggedy Ann.
God damn it.
No one's ever advertised that they are the racist podcast.
Oh, yeah, they have.
I mean,
last night I got into I can't even tell you the site I was on. I don't even, this is like literally the magnet pulling. Can't even tell you the site I got on. I started clicking through, and then, why I was on let's say a racist website was because I wanted to see if they're allowed, right? Because I started thinking, I'm like, if you were just like a crazy, just hate blowtorch, right? Like, you're just the guy.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to like buy... you're like, let's say you had hate.com, like, are you allowed to have that and then just have a webpage where you just do whatever you want? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, is that a thing? Is that and then I went and...
You can do whatever on the internet.
I did find out it's not really a thing. A lot of places won't take your site. A lot of people don't want to carry that. A lot of people don't want to be on the hook for that.
Mr. Daddy doesn't like that.
Yeah, well, like some of your big GoDaddy. A lot of your bigger...
I know.
He likes
Mr. Daddy's somebody else that I watch.
He likes it when I call him Mr. Daddy. It's almost changed his name to Mr. Daddy. And
I thought he was Plant Daddy.
And I'm General Lee. It's the General Lee and Mr. Daddy show. Which sounds like a real radio show. But anyway, I landed on this one website, and I was looking through it, and sure enough, right there in front of me was like a racist morning show. It was like but like all racist. It was like literally they had the branding, it had the imaging.
Like a racist radio.
It was like a racist, wacky
show.
Morning show, and I'm like, "Yep, there it is." And nothing surprises
the
me.
Aryan Nation in the morning.
That's exactly what it kind of. Yeah, but they're out there. So yeah, like Tom said, if you can dream it, you can do it. I guess.
Join the Brotherhood this Monday at 6 a.m.
It was very much like that, and very embarrassing and cringe. So
hurricanes coming.
Yeah,
it's raining outside.
The hurricanes.
You know, I realized I waited.
Nicole. Get the hell out of here.
I realized I waited till the last minute to take my boat back
You
to
realized
the marina.
that?
Well, I thought I had time.
You
I was
like looking out there and seeing it in front, right?
You're the one that told me there was an actual storm coming on Monday, and I had no idea.
I know.
You didn't think at that point you should move
This
your boat?
guy's an idiot
coming on
with the
Thursday.
flooding. Keep the boat near your house in
That's
case
right.
you need a jet.
It's actually a good plan.
Yeah, it's like a boat bug-out bag.
I was like, I'll take the boat back to the marina, this morning, and they were raining crazy. I'm out there trying to put the covers off.
I bet Jerry Jones doesn't do that. Jerry Jones doesn't have to run his boat back to the marina.
And I'm like, God damn it. It's getting poured on.
I know, man.
Pain in the ass.
I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It's my own fault. I don't know why I thought I had more time. I was like...
You always think you have more
But you
time.
did it. You did it.
And then I got to go clean my gutters out. I didn't even do anything.
I asked you that yesterday, and you're like, I got it under control.
We didn't have time to clean it yesterday. We had to do that other podcast.
Yeah.
And then he was getting grumpier because as the storm approaches, his gutters are like, yes, yes.
Well, the leaves are all falling off my trees because
I told you to cut the trees.
Fall. So now we got a hurricane. The leaves are out. It's going to clog my gutters.
You need that. You need that pressure washer hose attachment. That if you see the lazy guys, does that not work?
That's stupid because you'll be spraying all the gunk onto yourself. What I'm saying? You're standing there.
You're the one that's nude in a storm.
Listen.
I've seen one of those contraptions that's almost like a mesh covering that you can put over your gutters.
Don't talk about those when I bring... Oh, now you've done it. Now you've done it. Put the wig on. Put the wig on. That's the guest wig.
Why is there a wig here?
Sam wanted to make you wear it the entire time. She's grumpy, too, and she wants to bully you. And I said, no, you can't do it.
These idiots ruined my podcast.
How you doing, Kenny? What's been going on with you?
What's new, buddy?
Yeah, I did a show out in Las Vegas, one of those corporate gigs, but it was during the same time as the We Were Young festival. So, like a horde of zombies, just all these emo kids wearing all black, just like parading down the strip.
It was a black parade.
There it is.
What's the We Are Young festival?
When we were young?
Oh.
Yeah, it was all like the...
What is this?
That's the oldest thing you can say about, what is this We Are Young festival?
Young.
It was like the festival of all like the mid-2000s emo bands, like...
Your wife would have loved it. My Chemical Romance performed.
My Chemical Romance, Paramore,
Enough with the damn
Death Cab, like
her favorite band.
Yeah, all those things. It was canceled the first night because of crazy winds.
Yeah, what did it do?
Made me laugh. I was like, Fire Festival too, buddy.
I thought it was canceled for shoe mirrors.
Well, no. That sort of festival, everyone's wearing a tight black jeans.
Yeah, and they're all fat. I've never seen somebody wearing tight emo jeans that needed to wear tight emo jeans. I've never seen it.
I mean, not to bring it full circle, much like drone pilots, they're either morbidly obese or the skinniest.
Right.
Like, they're
no in between.
Super frail.
And if you're super skinny and you wear skinny jeans, you're just wearing jeans. So,
But it was funny. So I was there Halloween night, so it was a weird mix on the strip of like everyone in like, oh, there's sexy Buzz Lightyear, and then like dark black emo swoopy hair. It's all parading down. It was quite fun.
Cool. That's really, really cool. What did you do for the gig? What was your job?
It was a corporate travel show, so a bunch of like cruise ship owners and airlines and stuff like that all getting together, and I was just there making sure that they all got drunk and had a good time.
So you're a facilitator.
Yeah,
you just
exactly.
make things happen. I like that.
What's the owner of a cruise ship look like? Like, what are we talking here?
Pretty much all like
Armenian.
Like Richard Branson. Like they're all like European.
Where are they from?
Most of them are
Dutch?
most of them are European. Like, but I would say
I want a traditional Dutch shipbuilder. You know, like I want everything to be. I want to look over and see. I want to be able to look at him and be like, yeah, that guy owns boats. That's a shipman.
Yeah. I like the shipping heirs. Like somehow they're stinking rich beyond your wildest dreams. Like, he's the heir to the
whatever.
Buford shipping lanes or whatever it is. Like, and then it's like, what is that?
And
it's like, he owns a bunch of cargo ships.
I think it basically means that your family back years and years ago started bringing like over the things that we needed
spices.
to make a society. You know, you had the tea and you had the frankincense and the myrrh and the spices and the salt.
Imagine
pepper.
How sweet it would be just to be born into shipping money.
Generational wealth. Dream about it every night.
You're just born, and then you're like, well, I have unlimited money. There is no way we're going to screw this up. Like we own giant barges and ships and like so much stuff that even if we made horrible business decisions for the next like 100 years,
we're fine.
We would still have billions of dollars. Like there's no wasting anything.
There's no real
infinite.
Since everything's sort of been absorbed by massive companies. You know, like Kraft Foods, or you know, when you look in the back of something, you know, it's some sort of subsidiary of whatever it is. I've always wanted to own like a massive company that makes something that people love, like let's say Jet Puff marshmallows, right? Let's say it's a $100 million company, and everybody likes me, and I'm just the marshmallow guy, something with no real baggage to it, I mean, don't look at where we're giving our money to politically, because that'll change your mind. But we're just fun. We have a fun product.
Just sit there and make your marshmallow money and live your life. You're like, just do this, that,
and you're not having to worry about going out of style or staying relevant. You're a marshmallow, for Christ's sake. You're useful.
Yeah, people are going to be eating marshmallows for hundreds of years.
You're a baked good. Everybody likes you, except for the hipsters. They like those handmade small batch marshmallows,
and they're square. They're not like that weird cylindrical shape.
I know.
And they send you email, tell you how the company's going. You're like, oh, that's pretty good.
Pretty good.
You go about your life. I don't know.
I think I'd be bored. I'd get up in the morning. What do I want to do today? I think I'm going to rent one of those Lime scooters and go downtown and surprise a bum with some money like Mr. Beast.
You do some charity stuff, but you go to Cannes Film Festival on a yacht and you hobnob with Leo's there with your girlfriend.
You don't know him, but you're in the same room with him.
You take a selfie.
And then you do like the charitable partnership. It's like, for every marshmallow we sell, we're going to donate 3 cents to kids in Africa.
I wouldn't do that. I would keep all the money. Not that I'm not charitable, but I just keep all the money.
It was weird. Some of the cruise lines were low-key throwing shade at each other because they all obviously get to do presentations to show off their wares, but
sometimes life isn't a carnival.
Well, we
give back.
So Carnival,
Royal Caribbean.
So Carnival is sitting there and they're like, why spend thousands of dollars on your other cruise ships when you can just, come with us? And then Virgin Cruises will be like, who wants to deal with kids? Adults only cruises. And then there's another company that's like, our boat is the largest out in the sea right now.
Viking is like, we have the most of our patrons have that white jaw whip on their lips because they're old as F.
I forgot. I was talking to someone the other day about they were like, oh, why don't you maybe put together some sort of kind of like we did the land cruise, but some sort of destination trip with your listeners, and then kind of like
Tom
the
and
cruises
Dan go to Egypt
and
tour the pyramids.
I was explaining. I was like, well, that would be insanely expensive for everybody, right? And we wouldn't even come close to what the cruises can offer because the cruises are a unique industry in the fact that they bring over these floating hotels filled with employees that they paid nothing to, because they're all based in some other country, so they don't have to abide by our American laws, and they just have the cheapest food and drink and employees and help on these giant floating cruise ships, and they're able to offer you want to go on a 4-day cruise to Nassau, Bahamas with free drinks,
$175.
It's like insane.
You're like, wow.
All food is paid. Hold on, all food, and they're like, all food, and it's like the only way you could do that is with an army of basically slave labor. Because at the end of the day, I don't know what their like minimum wage is.
I think it's real bad.
It is low, and it's like, and they stay on the ships for long periods of time, and they come from impoverished countries, and like the it's the business.
So you always, if you're me and Tom, you always befriend one, and you say you're gonna get him on the radio and make him a star.
Then one of your listeners get mad at you. You're like, I'm sorry, I'm drunk. I'm just saying things. You can't do that. I'm like.
What ends up happening, though, it's like, so it's all like impoverished employees, and then you'll have the 3 or 4 people that are part of the entertainment crew that run the bingo and
they're
the
rich.
DJs, and they're American, but they're always like just out of college. They're like super hot, and they're staying in other people's rooms. Like they have a room in the ship, but they're sleeping with every passenger.
Oh, you think so? Oh, passengers,
easily.
You mean?
Oh, easily.
Well, there's a lot of that going on in the cruise industry.
Yeah.
We a lot of hooking up and stuff, and it seems like a young person's game where, like, if you're young, you want to travel around on cruises, make some money, and then bring it home, because essentially it's like you could not spend any money while you're there because everything's taken care of. Your where you're staying, all your food, and stuff.
You're just chunking it away in your bank account.
But it still isn't that much, and therefore the cruises can offer so much. The price of the value is insane. So like nothing else compares to something like that. You can't do that at. Even you go to the Royal Palms. That's being demolished in Cocoa Beach.
Yeah.
Like you couldn't
even that was $165 for my room, I think. At least that's what they wrote on the piece of paper.
Well, you had to pay for the convention center.
Yeah, exactly. You know what's funny is that, like, I think of, and I would still go, but I think maybe I have hit a point of maximum velocity with cruising. I think I might be cruised out for a bit.
Well, you haven't gone on one in years now. I thought you were saying you might be back.
No, I think
Tony Palmiotti goes on a cruise
every day.
I don't think
once a month.
I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could do that, man. That's too much. But like, I think
we should call Tony and ask him what like is true. Like he loves cruises.
Yeah.
Does he, or does he sit sad in the library at a day at sea?
He looks
just
his happiest when he's on a cruise.
He's gone on 10,000 cruises.
You can only drink. That's it. There's nothing.
He drinks and swims in a pool.
Yeah.
I mean, I can do that here.
You've seen those like retired couples that literally they live on a cruise ship. They'll literally like pay money to travel around the world, and just that's their residence.
You can buy a stateroom on certain transatlantic boats. You can actually just become part of the boat,
like it's a condo.
Yeah, you kind of like there's special deals where there was one trip that me and Andrea were going to take when we didn't have kids, and we were going to end up flying into London, seeing our friends that live in the city, taking in an Arsenal match, and then getting on a boat. I think it was a Royal Caribbean, and then because they're coming back for
transatlantic,
and then you transatlantic back, and I was like, man, that would be amazing to do that. I think it was only because it wasn't a ton. I think it ended up only being 8 days back on the boat. I was like, that'd be cool.
Yeah, but when you the way back at sea, I feel like you start going stir crazy after a while on the boat. There's only so much you could do. Although there's a casino, the buffet, you just walk. That's an old person's game.
Well, that's why Tony likes it.
Go walk around the track a few times.
Yeah.
Although
shuffleboard.
I don't think Tony gambles that much.
And he's not a huge drinker.
Yeah, but they have a lot of shows on the cruises.
I mean, how many tributes to America can you see? You're like, I get it. This country's pretty free. It's pretty great. I like it.
He goes to like burlesque shows. I don't know if you guys follow Tony, but
they have burlesque shows on the boat.
On some of them.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, but what?
I mean,
Tony makes sure to take pictures with the ladies after the show.
You're allowed to do that? Oh my God.
Well, I mean, it's pretty tame, right?
It's pretty tame.
It's pretty tame, man.
The burlesque show.
Mr. Daddy over there.
Yeah, I guess it's got to be, right? It's got to be.
Yeah.
Unless it's the adults only, right?
There? I remember when cruise ships were a bit more
risque. They had those topless sun deck.
Yeah, my dad would go to the topless sun deck and lay out there and talk to my mom. It was always a joke with my mom.
Don't they have swingers cruises? Like
I'm sure they do.
Where they rent out a whole boat, like the Six Man or whatever. But it's just like a swingers boat.
On that, I bet are just atrocious.
I'm surprised, and this was actually an idea that my co-host on Two Moose podcast, Matt,
plug.
He and I were talking about a business idea. Why couldn't you just rent a boat, go the 3 miles out, and then just have like prostitution crazy?
Well,
isn't that what they tried to do with the Vikings back in the day? Didn't they? Remember that scandal? Sam, look up the Minnesota Vikings prostitution.
The problem was they
international waters.
Well, a pontoon boat in Great Lakes.
That's exactly. That was the problem. They weren't in international waters. I think they were just like
it doesn't work with lakes. But I think there's some sort of rules you still have to abide by, like the international water thing. I've always said like, international water, anything goes, but there's some sort of wherever you're based at, like you can't do that. I don't know, something like that. I mean, you can go gambling, but
that's the thing. So, and I'm not saying it's like a free for all, like you can murder people out there, but I'm just saying, much like brothels in Nevada, you have a brothel boat, and the whole thing is, just wait till we're 3 miles out, then we conduct business.
Dude, let's open up a soup restaurant called Tom and Dan's Brothel. Right? It's kind of like that dessert place here in town that's named Better Than Sex. And my mom, oh my God, my wife continues to go on that website like once a month to try and get us a reservation for Better Than Sex. They're not a client. This is a free plug. And we can't get one. And then I'm like, well, I'll never know. And I get mad about it.
Spoiler alert.
Tom and Dan's Brothel.
Spoiler alert, it's not.
What?
Better Than Sex.
Oh, you've been there?
Yes.
Pretty good?
Oh, it's good.
Well, it depends on how good the sex is, too, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Are we talking?
There's some bad ones. Here's why.
There's some bad sex out there.
There's tons of swinger cruises, by the way.
I figured there would be.
Man.
Here's
that
why.
Also means there's tons of dudes walking around fully shaved wearing beads. Oh, my God. If you're a grown man who fully shaves, you're downstairs, and you wear beads, you should be pushed over the boat.
Here's why there's not a brothel like Sun Cruise casino boat, right? Because have you been on a Sun Cruise casino boat? Because I imagine it would have to be like, okay, say we tried to do this, right? And then we'd have to get one of those like weirdo 3-story party boat.
They always smell a little musty. They're wet.
They used to be wedding boats.
This boat is damp.
We put a bunch of slot machines in there and some tables.
Did you say slop?
No. But it's if you go on those gambling, like go 3 miles out and gamble. So you go out and then they tell you like, all right, we're 3 miles, which I always are like.
You guys doing the gross stuff.
How accurate are you? No. Like, there's no cops out here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who's checking?
I don't know. You could go a mile and a half and it's just fine.
Yeah. Like, I feel like you can go 500 feet and start gambling. No one's going to board the vessel. And like, the gambling cops are going to come. No one's going to rat on you. Like, who would even know? Anyway,
you're half in and half out.
The problem is you go on the like the Bordello boat, and then
the wacky morning show name we gave it was the Tugboat.
Okay,
yeah.
So
I like that.
So let's put it myself in my position. Right, I'm like recently divorced. I'm like I need to blow off some steam.
Hey, there it is. All right.
I'm too awkward. I'm too lazy to go to Latitudes to try to pick up girls. I don't even know where to go.
What's this brothel boat all about? I think I'll put on my finest polo, my UFOs, and go get myself.
So I'm just like, I just need to go on the brothel boat, and just get laid one time.
Are you like covering your face? Are you wearing a bag? What do you put a Walmart bag over your head when you're walking in?
I see some listeners.
Like, I see
Tom,
some BDMs. I'm just like you.
Yeah. And it's sad
I'm too awkward to buy a hooker too. So, BDM, tip touch.
So we get on the boat, and then there's the sex workers. I'm pretty sure they.
Well, first you got to walk up the plank, and they're all lined. They do that. They do a soul train.
Yeah.
They do a soul train line, so you can pick one out, and you have all different races and size, body shapes are all represented. Then the captain. I'm the captain. I'm at the end. I'm dressed but I'm dressed fully shaved with beads on. And a captain's hat.
So I walk up the plank, and all the girls are lined
and I'm at the end, and it's real awkward because I'm real pink.
And then there's some other BDMs, and so then you have to like there's some procedures they have to go over because it's like a cruise. They still have to say like,
"Hey, it's time for the muster drill."
They tell you where the life jackets are and stuff, and all the clientele. We're like, we don't care if we die, we die. we're sad.
I mean, look at us, we're already dying.
We are sad and we feel bad, but we
are sad and we feel bad.
Yeah. So we don't care if this thing goes over.
We don't care. Shave all your hair.
It's God telling us we don't deserve to live. Anyway, so then we start going out, and then they have the food options. Like, here's some buffet. It's included in the ticket.
You get like a baked chicken. You get baked chicken with a seasonal vegetable. There's seasonal vegetable and a wild rice.
Yeah. So I'm eating my fried cod.
It's not fried. Are you crazy? This is a poached.
And
it's a poached fish with you get like a scallop potato.
So I'm horrible with buffets that give me too many options. So I put the cod.
It's hard to do a buffet on rocky seas too.
Yeah. And then I put like the brownies, like a whole plate of disgusting.
And I walk by. I'm the captain. I'm like, hey, don't hog the rolls. One roll.
I'm eating that while thinking this.
By the way, I'm not wearing pants. I'm still beads. Captain's hat.
This isn't a good decision right before I have to do it. So anyway, I'm stuffing myself. I'm sitting there. I have a warm Miller Lite.
How are you dressed? We didn't talk about it.
I have a Hawaiian shirt on. And the holster to a gun, but no gun.
Exactly.
The shoulder holster.
So you're dressed like fired detective. You're like, get the hell out of here. Turn in your gun.
Tiny shorts, my UFOs.
UFOs, 4 inches. He got 4 inches on, 4-inch shorts, tiny shorts.
Boat shoes, no socks.
No, he's got on his UFOs because he needs to be able to skedaddle if the popo shows up.
So then, I don't know how, like, Kenny, you tell me. It's your business idea.
The 3 mile out horn.
Do I have to pay while I'm there? Is it included in? I think you have to pay. You have to choose the girl, right? Like, what's that place? The
Bunny Ranch.
The Bunny Ranch. Yeah. Like, so they're all lined up. It's me, some BDMs.
You'd be too awkward to choose.
Yeah.
How would you? And that's why you charge to get on the boat. So there's an initial fee just to get on the boat. Then you pay for any accoutrements.
I kind of like where he's going. Kenny's actually thought this out. You're going to need a fee in case somebody chickens out, or I'm not going to be able to run my boat out there.
So here I'm getting to the problem.
You know how embarrassing it is to run out of gas on a boat when you're just wearing a captain's hat and beads.
So I awkwardly choose the girl, or she says like, "Hey, honey, what about me?" And then I'm like,
"Old Southern."
Hey, honey,
what about me? Kiss my grip.
And then I'm like, I don't want her, but I'm too. I don't.
Oh, what's wrong with her?
Well, there's a lot wrong. And I'm too awkward.
What is it? Am I too old for you?
I don't want to hurt her feelings, so I'm just like, okay,
I may have a little mileage, but I'm totally reliable.
So I go, okay, thank you. And then we go, and then they bring me into one of the rooms, right?
Like, oh my God, you're shaking. You're so nervous.
Yeah. And
oh my God,
bless keep your UFOs on.
Then,
don't take your UFOs off. It smells like malt vinegar.
Yeah. So then there's this awkward where she's sitting at the edge of the bed. She's like,
"Would you like for me to take off my back brace?"
she's like, "Don't worry, honey. A lot of my clients experience this problem."
You got ED.
I got ED.
Oh, ED.
Yeah. And it's really because I like the gravity of what I've done sinks in. I'm out in the middle of like off the coast of Cocoa Beach, and then I'm with this sex worker. I'm like,
are you
missing
in a room? Or are you just out like by the
no, are you
out by like the safety boat?
No, they take me down to the rooms, and then I'm sitting.
It's not
at the
really a room. It's like a hole.
Well,
with like a mattress, and
they've modified some like the old wedding room.
Yeah.
They put some
they put up some hospital curtains.
Some hospital curtains.
It's at its worst. It's 16 ugly men getting tugged at the same time.
Yeah. There's hospital. I can smell them.
Smells like a hospital in here.
I can hear Mike B through the curtain.
It's just conference center pipe and drape.
Exactly.
So I'm like the weight of everything. I'm thinking of my sons, and then they're like,
they're fully grown by the time you're doing it.
They're at home. They're
texting you.
They got the new stepdad.
They're trying to FaceTime you.
They're calling.
They dropped him off at the port.
Mom says the check is late again. You piece of S.
So then, right, like 5 minutes before, I finally get one going. Right, so because I'm like, I can't waste my money. It's all I have. The podcast is done.
UFO power.
And then she does that move where she's like, time's up, and then she's straight business. And I'm like, I thought you loved me. You were so nice earlier. like, why are you screaming time's up?
Why are you being so mean?
Then she's like, time's up, I'm sorry, that's it, get out, I'm the next customer.
And then I come in, but this time I'm fully dressed because now it's business. I'm like, everybody out.
So here's the problem, Kenny, I'm getting to the problem, is the time's up, and we've got 4 more hours at sea. Right?
Well, just for gambling and drinking.
So now I'm sitting at the top on the Lido deck.
Why don't you find another lady?
I wasted all my money. Time's up. That was it. That was all the money.
You make it like the improv schedule. You have like a 7 o'clock and you got a 9 o'clock.
Second showing.
Second showing?
And each it's only an hour. You get an hour out, then you come back.
This is like buying back in a poker tournament. That's like admitting defeat.
Yeah. And I don't know if I want the second showing.
You don't
what's happening with the first showing?
Well, she already hit the buffet, so trust me, you don't want the second showing because she went through and it was vegetarian lasagna.
And so like a casino boat, when you're out of money and you're just sitting at the top paying $8 for a Bud Light,
and it's not even cold,
and you're just waiting till you inevitably have to get back at 1 a.m. and then drive drunk back to Orlando. the saddest drive back. It's the shame and the sadness and the possible DUI all the way back.
I do remember coming back from dates where I may have drunkenly made out with some hag and looking in the mirror and seeing some of the lipstick still on my face and being like, you disgusting. God, you're so gross.
You say that's a problem, but it's a problem just for the customer. As a business owner, I still got your money.
No, okay.
And you know, there's going to be more and more people.
But I'm not going back,
Kenny. Captain.
And then I'm telling my, the small podcast listeners I have left, because at this time, Daniel moved on. To,
no, I'm just with you, buddy.
Oh, you're
Follow
still
you
with
to hell.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Me and Daniel, and then I tell, whoever's still listening about my horrible experience, but you're right. It doesn't hurt your bottom line.
You tell horrible experience, people will be like, I should try it.
You're right.
So they'll just be like, oh, that's Tom's fault.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up because
what we just described, every one of our listeners will try that.
It could be
right. Like you almost sold it.
It could be a 1.4 star Google rating, but people will be like, I'll still chat.
Yeah.
Because
you're right.
You also
it's like angel trumpets. you hear the stories of the guy jumping out the hotel room 5th floor and landing on his own car, and you're like, what is it like?
That won't happen to me.
Yeah.
Like I'm,
what did he feel like?
I don't even have any windows in my room.
It's almost like your idea of if radio just had dead air, people would listen, anticipating what's happening. If it's a 1.4 star rating, you'd be like, why is it 1 star?
It is another corporate time with Tom and Dan. I'm Dan.
I'm Tom.
Samantha is here as well. Hey, everybody. We have a beer fest.
Yep, a free beer fest.
It's free.
Bad at Business Beer Fest, November 19th. Get there at noon to get your sample cup and wristband for free. Then wander around Sanford until 2 o'clock. That's when we start the free beer pouring.
Yes, sir.
And there's going to be over 40 different breweries, and there's going to be some liquor companies handing out free samples.
Yeah, we got some for those of you that don't like beer, we have stuff for you as well. And some of the breweries even bring hard ciders and seltzers. You never know.
It's at the Sanford L on 2nd Street in front of West End Celery City. And we've got tons of vendors and food trucks, and we have new merch that's going to be available first time only. I just heard from Eric that our brand new hoodies are going to be available. We've got Beer Fest t-shirts, and then the next day is the Sanford Sofa races, Sofas and Suds, and that's going to start at 2 p.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, it's
November
just
20th.
An awesome time. Bring the family out. Bring everybody. Our goal this year is to get rid of all of our sample cups. We want to make sure that none of these amazing breweries that dedicate their time and their beer. It's really a celebration of them and all the wonderful time and effort that they put into their concoctions. And when we get out there and they give us free beer, we owe it to them to try and get rid of all of it, right?
Yeah, and we are next week we're doing a media tour.
Yep.
Daniel and I are going on some Friends radio stations and
some shows. We're going to pop up in some places maybe you don't expect us, maybe some TV.
Yeah. So I think we'll sell out is free.
It's free.
I think we'll give out all sample cups this year.
Yep. I really, really hope so. And with the addition of the Air T&D there, I mean, I don't know. Hopefully we've put enough eyes on Sanford where we're like, man, this is the place to have a beer fest. It's the best place I could think of.
The weather's going to be nice. I did look at it's phenomenal. Be perfect.
Phenomenal. So come on out. It's the Bad at Business Beer Fest 2022 edition. We're bringing it back, and we're happy to do it. And we hope you'll come out and spend some time with us. What do you want to do here, buddy? You want to do some voicemails?
Let's do it.
All right, voicemails. Courtesy of you guys. I hope I can play this one. This is a lady. Sam and I know this lady. She has a tendency to get a little spicy in her innuendo.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. It's Crystal of Peace. I was getting ready for work this morning, and I realized I had a little bit of a cameltosis. And so I was debating whether or not to change my pants or adjust my belt or do something to try to cover the dreaded slit. And I thought, you know what? Screw this. I am not putting a bushel over my coochie. I mean, I already have a bush.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Okay.
A lot going on there for an opener.
I probably should have put that on the A Mediocre Time with Tom and Dan file, but...
He's
you have
to hide that for yourself, right? Because it's embarrassing.
I will say that I don't think anyone I don't like to see panty lines. I don't like to see...
Some guys are into the cameltosis.
No.
Yeah.
It's a kink, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's not a kink. I mean, well, I can only speak for me, and I'm not shaming anybody, but I don't like to see panty lines. I don't like to see rumples. I like women to wear thick, durable undergarments like Liz Taylor. I like a good Coner bra where you can't see any areola. I like big panties that cover every dimple and wrinkle.
If you have that, there's an issue with your pants, right? And
pants are too tight.
Well, yeah. There's that's not supposed to happen.
Yeah,
right?
You're not supposed to wear your pants so tight that they start eating your body.
Yeah. It's just and then. Also,
sometimes it's the material too.
Yeah, and if it was up to me and it was like, hey, would you rather your coworker have that or not have that?
Tread lightly.
If
you're
talking
about me. He's talking about me.
No, not you, Sam. I'm just saying.
Talking to me.
If I was this person's coworker,
you want to see my camel toe?
I would, anonymously check the yes. I would rather them have it than not have it. I don't want to say it out loud.
You're the most offensive one here. You have the hardest nipples of anybody on the show. It's because I think you have the highest level of testosterone on the show.
No.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't help it.
Yeah, I'm the oldest, so now I am actually becoming a small, dumpy woman. I'm becoming a small estrogen boy. You, though, on the other hand, I think you're like fit enough now where I think it's really coursing through your veins.
It's like if my pants were so tight, you could see...
I know.
As if that doesn't happen weekly.
I don't like that either. Dom from the Supervillains, the Sanford 3, Kenny, other people have commented that your shorts are very, very snug.
No, I'm saying where you start seeing the outlines of the end.
I don't like that.
Or whatever.
I don't like that.
If it's just a smooth bunch, or a bunchy...
smooth bunchy.
Smooth bunchy? That's
fine.
That's our attorney.
But when you see outlines... then it's like, it's too tight, is inappropriate, you're embarrassing yourself.
I don't like any of it. I like everybody to, when you're wearing clothing is supposed to cover all the wrinkles and rumples, right? That's what it's for. I think, and I like, if you're a flat-chested woman, I say stuff your bra. Pad it up. If you don't have a dumper back there, I say wear the padding, wear the fake ass. Who cares, right? Be happy. Life's too short.
Well, that's the opposite of being. Isn't it like does it matter what people think?
No. It absolutely matters. It's the only thing that matters is what people think.
Let's play another voice.
All right.
Hey guys and Sam, it's Eric in Minnesota. I was driving around for work this morning, listening to show 695, the old troll trap. And Tom's AI programming couldn't comprehend how having a cute dog would make you attractive to someone or make someone want to talk to you. And as I was walking up the sidewalk to my appointment, this hip young dude was coming the other way with one of the most adorable puppies I'd ever seen. I asked him what it was. He said it was a 10-week-old Westie. This thing was perfectly white and so cute it looked like it was fake. And I have to say, if he would have asked me to, stop by after my appointment and have a drink and hang out, I would have seriously considered it because that's how cute this little dog was. So, love you guys. Love the show. Talk to you later.
That's all the proof you need. This man in Minnesota says that if he just meets a stranger on the street and has a cute dog, after his doctor's appointment, he would have a gay love encounter with the man.
I understand it's a conversation starter. My point being, it wasn't going to change the person's opinion about whether or not
how disgusting I am.
They liked you or not. Like, it wouldn't change your opinion on the human, right?
Right.
That didn't make sense to me. It maybe is a way to start a conversation, but if the person is not attractive to you,
it won't matter.
The puppy won't make that happen. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, that's fine. One more?
Yeah.
Now, how are you? I mean, okay, hold on. I'll just go ahead and play it. Here you go.
Tom, Dan, Sam. Okay, I don't know how well you can hear me. I am whispering in a bathroom because my two co-workers are asleep. BDM Kylie here, the other half of BDM Mike.
Why are her co-workers asleep?
Where is she?
Well, I don't know. Why would you be with your coworkers and they're asleep and you're not, and then you'd get into like a
Maybe
closet?
she's on a cruise ship.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, favorite thing ever, laying in bed listening to the Friday Free Show and getting 2 of Mike's voicemails in a row. And I think he said there's another one in there. Also, I definitely work 3 doors, 5 doors, 2 buildings down from you guys. And Dan, I saw you drive by on the little scooter thing yesterday. Totally tried to yell from the balcony. Was not loud enough. But yes, we love you guys. This is awesome. Show's great. Have an amazing evening.
What is she doing? I want to know what you're doing. What do you do?
Wait a minute.
Hold on. You're watching me. You're like the goddamn that show. It's the Watcher. You're down the street, 3-5 doors down the road, and you're watching me, and your coworkers are asleep, and you're hiding in a closet.
She's doing ASMR.
What is this? Shit, I do like their.
Hold on. Like, what
are they doing?
Is her business in the same setup as like we have?
Yeah,
because
sounds like
if that's the case, what business is it where your coworkers are sleeping and there's only 2 offices? Like,
get your business to advertise with us. We'll knock it out of the park for them.
One of those 2 rooms and then like a lobby. What are you asleep?
Is it the Pilates lady?
I do like. I've been itching to.
We got the therapist a couple.
We have a
doors
therapist.
down.
We have Pilates. We have wine bar. Does she work at the wine bar?
No, you're just asleep in there.
What about the little doctor? We have a little doctor.
But even the little receptionist.
What about the cleaning people? We have a Ruby Red Cleaning. They're nice. They're nice ladies.
There's a cleaning company that has a office
storefront. Yeah,
storefront.
When you see the model of the I think it's a home base for all of their maids to go out of, and they get their assignments. I think it's their home base. It's like a taxi. Like, I see them going out of there, and they'll come out of there with their stuff, and
Let's just start knocking on doors and let's find her.
You don't need that, a home base for your cleaning company, right? It's like you're wasting monthly rent.
I'm sure she'd tell us the things we're doing wrong.
Well, we need a place to record, and but your cleaning company, like, is any customers walking in to hire?
I don't know.
I mean, you could hand all the cleaning stuff. Supplies.
I mean, I see what you're saying.
It just seems weird.
I see what you're saying.
Why have a storefront?
Maybe they're not killing it, and they just decided to waste some of their money. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's try this one.
Hello, Tom, Sam.
Damn, Sam.
So this YouTube thing that you guys were talking about, I was just listening on the ACT from last Friday. And man, you guys sound like pop-pops, bro. I swear. Dan just crapping all over, the thumbnail, I can't get into the thumbnail. And I get where you're coming from. I certainly do, but it's...
What are you talking about? No, I was talking...
Thumbnail.
The thumbnail. You can get into the... No, what I was saying is that a lot of your more dominant YouTubers and a lot of the trends that you see... They will sort of cannibalize each other. It is what it is, man. I'm not fully anti it. I'm just saying that it's not, you can't make an argument that it is purely amazing creativity and amazing genius when the essence of the numbers you're collecting have to do with you hacking it and inflating the views that you get in some way by using a thumbnail, by using a trick. If you're having to trick people to get into your show, then it's not genius. That's all I'm saying. Maybe that's a better way of saying it.
And I did hear this voicemail you were playing.
It's 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
He's really mad at us. He says we're pop-ups and we don't like YouTube. We like YouTube. Well, we just say there's a lot of crap on there.
We're also only referencing the stuff that our kids watch. We're not like we understand that there's other content on there because I think he goes on to say like there's quality content.
Yeah,
and stuff. Like
there's
we know
really
that
good stuff on there.
Sure. We're talking about the stuff that our 7 and 8 year olds watch, and we're criticizing that. Like we understand that there's tons of movies. YouTube does their own content, and that's the best quality. Like they have.
Yeah.
I mean,
it's as good as any other studio.
Feature film quality stuff. Like there's infinite stuff on.
They also
YouTube.
had a lot of stuff fail because they started pumping money into things about maybe 10 years ago, maybe a little less than that, and a lot of the stuff that they produced failed. All we're saying is that if you look at the bite size part of YouTube that we're referencing, it has to do with the sort of the higher tier influencer whose content is not quality. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, and because their audience are 7 and 8 year olds or 15, like that, and then they are dumb, and so you need to trick them with the thumbnail or thumbnail clips, and then they click on them and they get the.
But he loves
all
YouTube.
They care about is the clicks,
and we're glad you like YouTube, sir. And we apologize.
I don't apologize.
Okay, Tom does not apologize.
I said what I said.
Let's try this one.
Tom, Dan, Sam, BDM Mike here. Headed to work on the morning listening to the old.
That one I need to delete. That is the third time. That is like the 100th time I've played that.
I don't think I'll ever apologize for anything.
Wow.
Even if I say some joke in the future and then we get some real backlash and people are like, you got to apologize for that. I don't think I will because I'll defend myself by saying.
You mean not apologize for things you've said on the show, or just in general in life?
Everything. Because I'll my defense is. I meant well. I always mean well.
So you're just saying you're just throwing a blanket statement on anything you're saying from here on out.
They're
you're not meaning to hurt people's feelings.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I get behind that.
So then, apologizing for it after,
it's your fault for taking it wrong.
It's also meaningless because, when I said it, I didn't mean to. I guess you could apologize for hurting that person's feelings, but I'm like, that's on you. Well,
your feelings.
I think having flashbacks to when you apologized to me for the bachelorette party you threw me.
I think you and I talked. That's. I mean,
that was a crime.
I think you and I had one of these where you were like, I apologize for hurting your feeling, and I was
barely got out.
Yeah, and I was hard for me. And I was like, I don't know how to take that, but thank you. And I get what you're saying.
I definitely didn't mean it. I just said it.
Let's try this one.
Hey gang, it's Zach from Ohio. So remember you talking about the temperature inside the arena during the Solar Bears game, and it's actually about 55 degrees, which is a bit chilly. So I remember the first time I went to a game, I just wore shorts and a t-shirt because it was pretty hot outside, and I got there and I did feel a little bit cold. So, you'll be fine there with shorts and a t-shirt, but probably best to wear just like a long sleeve shirt and some jeans.
No, I think most people were. I mean, I think we kind of enjoyed it being cool in there. Most people
was not
I saw,
55.
I had shorts and a t-shirt on.
Yeah, I think I wore jeans and a t-shirt just in case, but I could have worn shorts and been just fine.
It was perfect. I mean, it was 73. You know what I'm saying?
It wasn't really 55, nice. No,
right?
It was cool. It just felt like the way it should feel when you're taking in a hockey match and enjoying it. Let's see. We did Solar Bears. Man, this wetsuit thing burned hot, and I hate it. Stupid wetsuit.
Hey guys, BDM Captain Dano calling in about wetsuit knowledge. Dan, you're totally right about the zipper.
Okay, enough of the wetsuits. Jesus Christ, I'm just enough of them.
I still contend, though, you could have a front zipper wetsuit and be totally fine.
I would rather have a front zipper wetsuit. It's just they're going to have to figure out how to do it. Another thing I thought of is that when I was a kid, I had a shorty wetsuit, but it was a tank top.
Oh, yeah, sleeveless.
But its zipper was on the side, and it was dope because you just zipped it down the side like a lady's dress, and you just pull the leg part off, and it worked perfectly. And you'd pull it up, you'd zip the side, and then you'd pull this over and just
it's
slap,
overalls.
Yeah, you just slap the Velcro on. It was perfect, and it fit me better because I had wide shoulders. I'm kind of a tuna canny. So it just fit me better that way. Let's try this one.
Hey, Tom, Dan. I combined Dan and Sam there, so I'm leaving it that way.
A lot of people are doing that. Yeah.
I have been noticing Tom saying, follow me here for the last few months, maybe longer than that.
Haven't we all?
But it seems like a relatively new thing that he says about twice a show at least. And I don't recall this from back in the Monsters of the Midday Morning days or since then until a few months ago. I don't know where it came from. But
got to be something he's listening to.
Does anybody else, when he says that, feel like he's about to burst into like a reggae song?
Yes.
Follow me here.
Yeah. Follow me. Follow me. I wish you'd do like that.
Well, now you're giving me a complex, sir, because I obviously don't know.
Follow me to the complex.
I'm not sure why I'm saying that.
Well, we all have that. What he's pointing at is something that I do, you do, Sam probably does it too.
We cycle through different things in your life. It's fine. This one, It's Fine was one for a long time.
It's fine.
Which I guess still continues. But yeah, Follow Me Here has been...
Yeah, that's a new one.
Been one you've been riding for a while.
Maybe it's my old age where I think I'm coming up with some sort of theory or like it's a solution to something, and I'm, my wife
is this is going to be too complicated. This is going to be too complicated for your feeble brain. So when I say follow me here, it's my way of saying, really concentrate, really concentrate. This is what I'm going to throw at you. I'm going to throw some fastballs.
This is going to be crazy, so you got to follow me here.
Follow me. Yeah, I'm okay.
We
with
understand.
I have no problem with it. It's their fault. You can get mad at them. Sam and I'm not going to, you know what? I'm not going to agree with this
Most of the time I won't follow you, though, but I will.
And you know what? Most of the time I will, and there's the balance. There's your balance, sir.
I feel like it's a con man's trick.
Of course.
What if I tell you I'm tired of you asking me? Because it's almost like I love you. When you're like, follow me here, I'm like, dude, I have sworn to you I will follow you to hell.
Yeah, you don't need to say that.
How much more I am following?
Just say it. Also, like, what do
it's like I love you. Stop saying it. I'm following.
What do I assume the listeners are doing? But they're just listening. So they are.
You should say that. You should say, listen to me now.
Continue to listen.
It's like you should say, can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's
you should say, can you hear me now?
I don't think you can say that.
Maybe I should start with getting people's attention, like, hey, and then say, like, oh, what?
Yeah.
Hey.
Back up, yeah.
Hey, no. He's like, oh, he's saying something. Like,
what did he say?
Is he screaming at me to listen?
If you went to make a point, like if you were okay.
Yeah.
See, I just did it. What if you just dropped everything out and you just?
Oh, you get silent, so you lean in to.
And I'm like, yes, and you're like, or what if you went, before you said it? That would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's try another one. We did follow me here.
Hey, Tom.
Oh, hold on. That's follow me here.
Well, now I'll stop saying it.
No. What if we like it?
You don't like it. No one likes it.
What if I don't care?
I know that.
That was funny. I never heard Dan Stone cuss before. But anyway, I heard you guys talking about generator etiquette this morning on the replay show. And I'll just let you know that my girl has none. We fill that thing up at 8 o'clock at night, let her rip all night. See you.
5 a.m. listener right there. Maybe we don't need to.
There's one of our 5 a.m.ers right there. We appreciate your service, sir. Thank you so much for calling in.
Well, it looks like we're maybe going into it again with the storm.
You got everything ready? You got your generator out?
No, and I got
drained
nothing.
your pool?
No, I did nothing. I have nothing ready.
Yeah, right, follow me here.
Absolutely nothing. I'm going to try to just half-ass something, some prep work, and then just cross my fingers that it's not going to be that bad and we won't lose power and all that nonsense.
Yeah, it does get to a point where when you feel it coming and you get concerned about it. I know a lot of my neighbors, I see them out there, they're like, oh, here it comes.
Pull in your plans.
Yeah, pull in. I guess I'm going to have to go out there, and now I've told Andrew I do not want to do it.
I'm not pulling in anything.
But I do not want to pull in my Christmas tree. I want to leave it outside, and if it goes, it goes.
Yeah.
Well, your greenhouse is going to fly away in the wind.
Oh, no.
Because I haven't looked at it. I have no information whatsoever, but
I think it's better that way. If you look at the information too much, then it almost sucks you into doing something.
They'll get hurricane force winds on the coast. Like, by the way, we're saying this, and I hopefully it's not worse, and then people are listening on Friday and look like
that's
an
why
idiot.
you never say this.
Yeah.
So, but follow me here.
I'm following. I'm here. Yes, sir.
Tropical storm, blows around a little bit. bit misty wind.
Misty wind.
There it is. We got to write that song.
Sam and I started writing a misty wind song, like a country song for you.
You have your phones. Look at your phones. You know what I'm saying? I did laugh at. Does anybody
charge your phone?
Get any information any other way than looking at their cell phone and seeing the radar or whatever weather? You know what I'm saying? Like that's how you're getting your weather information, right? Yeah. That's how everybody's getting their weather.
I mean, I can't imagine that you would huddle around. Well, I mean, I don't know. Whatever.
Because you're waiting for the 6 o'clock news update, you just have real time update on your phone. Right? Is anybody waiting for the news to tell them what's going on?
I wouldn't. I mean, if it were me, I would just look at Mike's weather page, spaghettimodels.com.
Who doesn't have a smartphone at this point?
Well, anybody.
I know there's some old, like, you know,
if
my
you're
pop-pop
listening to the radio, you have a smartphone.
If you're driving around, you have like there's very
for work, for whatever.
There's very little options other than smartphone at this point, right? I mean, I know my pop, but this was years ago. He never got one, but because he didn't want.
I don't know anybody that doesn't have one.
Okay,
now.
like even
Andrew's dad,
Andrew's grandfather. I mean, he's the most tech savvy.
He's got the 14. He's got better than me. 14 Pro Plus or the big Max or whatever it is.
Do you know anybody that doesn't have a smartphone?
Yes.
Who?
She can't
I don't want to say.
But is it
or they do, and they just don't have a cell phone plan, so they have to have Wi-Fi enabled to actually use it properly. So they go to McDonald's and sit at the McDonald's with Wi-Fi.
Follow me here to McDonald's and use the Wi-Fi. Follow me to McDonald's.
But I feel
poor people, Tom. Poor people.
That's the anomaly. I see homeless people with smartphones.
But again, they might not have a plan, or they're on the government assistant one. Yeah. But if they don't have a plan, then it doesn't do you any good.
If you don't have a smartphone, you just got to like turn on your TV. You would go TV first. And
you don't got a TV. You don't have a smartphone, right?
Well, TVs are cheaper than smartphones.
Yeah, you could just have a TV with no cable. Just the basic channels.
I mean, I bought a 19-inch because nobody wanted it. I bought a 19-inch TV for $170.
Oh, it's cheaper than that now, I imagine.
No, they're a little. They're in a weird. Their pricing is weird because I don't think they can sell it any cheaper because the technology only gets so small.
Like a 19-inch may be more expensive than the 32.
Yes, like a 32. Me and Andrea were going back and forth because I wanted an extra tiny TV for my balcony. I don't want a big one out there. I just wanted to have a little something out there so I could watch football. And the 19 was literally, I think it was $10 more expensive than like 32.
What's the cheapest smartphone now on the market? Some Android phone that you can get?
Some
Galaxy?
Can have some like knockoff one.
What do they cost though?
I don't know.
Like
probably
a couple hundred?
No, you can get a phone for like $39.
No, $39?
Yeah, I think you can get like a off-brand smartphone for less than $50. I bet.
And even track phones now are smartphones.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
You can get those for $30.
Yeah, they got Twitter, they got Facebook, they got all the stuff. You just log in, same thing.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break. We'll be right back with more Corporate Time.